from one place to another, God puts them exactly where He wants them to be, in the situation that He wants them to be and to meet who He needs them to meet.
I am Lisa Griggs, and I'm with World Mission Outreach, and this is part of our special segment that we do monthly. It's where we interview our partners. It's called Meet the Partners, and those that are supporting World Mission Outreach and the fantastic work that is going on around the globe to get the gospel message out. And I'm so excited to introduce to everybody Mr. Randy and Miss Diana Powers. There we go. Okay. Where are you today?
Marion, Texas, just outside of San Antonio.
Okay, right outside of San Antonio. Okay, where my family is from. Randy, let's start with you. I would love to know just a little bit about your background. You know, have you been a Christian or a believer long? Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I will say I was blessed to be born in a Christian family. I was a military family, so we moved around a little bit when I was younger. Went through an Assembly of God church pretty much most of the time. And then after graduating high school, eventually joined the Air Force, in which I met my beautiful wife here, surprisingly, in San Antonio. She was here at Randolph, and I was up at San Angelo. After a while, I moved to England, to her chagrin. But then we did get married, and she moved over to England, and we had our first daughter. Well, our only daughter, but our daughter. Then after that, we moved up to Omaha. After that, I separated from the Air Force, and then we moved back down to, surprisingly, San Angelo again for a couple years until we eventually came back to San Antonio.
So Diana, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm originally from Puerto Rico. That's why I have my accent. I was born and raised there. And at some point, my mom decided she wanted to move to the U.S. So we moved to Laredo, Texas. And it took me 2 years to learn enough English to join the Air Force. It was still very bad. So it was, by the grace of God, I passed all those tests that I really couldn't understand what I was reading. And I started going to church, to the Assembly of God, and that's why I met him. I've been with the Lord since I was 14. That's when we started going to church, just by someone inviting my mom over, and we were like, okay. And ever since then, we've just been walking with him. And
That's so awesome. I love it. I love your story. That's very beautiful. So now, do you do ministry there in Marion, or what is your occupation that you do right now?
He has a full-time job, and I'm a housewife. So I pretty much pray for whatever the Lord puts in my heart. It can be for, the ministry, or the church, the sick, it changes, and so that's what I do. And
we need a closet at your house that has a little sign on it that just says World Mission Outreach, and we can just stick Diana in there every day. So Randy, what do you do for a living?
So I work for General Dynamics as a administrator for their one of the computer networks that we have contracts for. And I technically, I'd been in the Air Force for a while, and then I guess the Lord just decided, and maybe you want to go to school, maybe you want to get a different education, maybe you want to go and do something else. And initially I was going to just go to school for what networking. But as soon as I took my first programming course, he's like, that's what I kind of want you to do. That was the interest he put in my heart. And so I went through, I finished my degree program right before my last enlistment was up. And then he found us a place in San Angelo with General Dynamics. And then he's like, well, here's this place in San Antonio. We'll bring you right back to San Antonio where you were. And he provided this job with a different business unit for General Dynamics, and has been blessing us ever since. And it's my obligation as a Christian to bless the ministries of the Lord and spread his word.
So thank you so much for serving, by the way. How did you meet Henry and Darlene?
We met them. We used to go to the synagogue here in San Antonio, Messianic synagogue, of course. And they needed a place to stay. And the pastor there told us, "Hey, can you house them for a night?" I'm sure. I mean, they're Christian. Why not? So, and ever since then, I mean, oh my goodness, we fell in love with Henry and Darlene. They are so special, and they have the best stories.
So, Randy, what do you think about that? Because obviously, they came, they stayed at the home. What do you think about their ministry yourself, and just having them in your home? How was that?
Oh, I loved it. Both Henry and Darlene are so personable, and just recently we'd watched that video that was on the site that
yeah.
actually had all their credentials, and you would have never known that by talking to them. It's just like every other person,
Yeah.
and personable,
They're humble,
friendly.
Yeah.
Always have plenty of awesome ministry stories on how I was driving too fast and the cop pulled me over, and we start ministering to him hit right there, and witnessing to him, and sharing the gospel, and it from one place to another, God puts them exactly where he wants them to be, in the situation that he wants them to be in, to meet who he needs them to meet.
So my next question is, why did you partner with them? Why did you choose to partner with them?
And we love that they're so bold that they speak about Jesus to everyone and everybody they come across. So we felt like, this is a ministry that is truthful, that you actually see the work they're doing for the Lord, and you see the fruits. So that's something that we feel in our hearts. These are the people that we should be helping.
Well, Randy, do you have any finishing thoughts or anything for any of the people that might be considering partnering up with World Mission Outreach?
Sure. So I'm doing what God wanted me to do. God is the one that blessed me with this wife, with this house, with this chance to give to a ministry. So giving to Henry and Darlene is definitely one of the biggest bangs for our buck.
Diana, do you have anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, well, like he said, we're not bold like they are. What I can do is either pray, or if we have the means, help with money. Having Darlene do the work, and we're like behind the scenes over here helping a little bit with whatever we can.
We love you from World Mission Outreach. We thank God for you, for your life. And we just pray all God's blessings on you, and may everything just be multiplied back to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Many blessings to you all.
Bless you all.
We'll keep doing what we're doing.